Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this month's edition of The Big Question. This month, we address a difficult topic, and not so much because it's hard to talk about or overly complex, but more because it is a moving target and ultimately an incredible personal decision. How much cash should I maintain in my emergency or rainy day fund? The main reason that this is so difficult to answer, because like most things in personal finance, there's a black and white answer or a textbook answer, and then there's this gray area. And in that gray area is where you'll most likely find your answer personally. Some of the standard best practices you may have heard for one's emergency cash account range anywhere from 3 months all the way up to 2 to 3 years, depending on personal circumstances and goals. Now, determining how many months is most appropriate for you and your family, that is a question I can't help you talk through, but only you will be able to really answer it. And while there are all sorts of factors to consider when balancing between keeping enough cash in reserves and keeping too much, a few to bear in mind to help you get started are: what type of industry do you work in? And what type of role do you have within that industry? Are you a contractor or do you have steady, consistent work? Do you have any major expenses upcoming or the potential for major expenses? Commonly think old cars, old houses, etc. And for those in retirement, how much do you receive from fixed income sources such as Social Security or pensions relative to your investment portfolio? And lastly, and perhaps the question that should be number one for all of us, what number helps you sleep best at night? Ultimately, I can provide guidance, and if your cash position gets too high, I can share the many ways that you're likely leaving value and long-term upside on the table, but that sacrifice for you may be worth it. And as long as you are fully aware of the pros and cons to this position and how it may ultimately impact your long-term goals and plan, then that's the correct level of cash for you personally. The only request that I have is please do not keep it in your standard bank, savings, or even worse, checking account. We've seen rates on these accounts as low as 0.5%, where our clients here are still earning north of 4.5% on their cash and had been earning over 5% for some time now. If the plan is to intentionally maintain a larger cash position, then the best thing you can do in the meantime with that cash is to make sure that it's still working as efficiently as possible on your behalf. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Until next month.